Hello, it's Josh here, producer of MDX Unplugged, Unfiltered, Unscripted University Life. In today's episode, we're joined by Breanna, an incredible personality and DJ. We'll be talking music, ego, and have you ever heard of coffee raves? Well, enjoy.
So Farhan, I'm a bit excited for today's episode. What do you think?
We are 5 episodes in, guys. 5 episodes in. We are cooking. All the content's going well.
We haven't been cancelled. We haven't been shut down.
We still don't know. We are still from the future, so we have no idea.
It's okay. Don't worry.
Back to the future we come, yeah?
Exactly. Main thing is nobody has given us a waiver or a notice period yet. That's the main thing.
If there's a job openings, you know why. Next month in Middlesex.
Well, not yet. That's in 2 different departments as well.
2 different departments, though.
But yeah, today's going to be a fun day. It's going to be an exciting day.
I think.
You think? Of course it's going to be exciting. I'm here.
Ugh.
Okay. This is why I regretted this episode.
Let's introduce her.
I'm kidding. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of MDX Unplugged, Unfiltered, Unscripted University Life. I am your host, Tanura, joined by my fellow co-host, Coach Farhan. And today we are joined by someone very intriguing. Very intriguing.
Powered by DJ Breanna.
Hi, guys.
Oh, God.
For reference, everyone, Breanna, she is a very good friend of ours. She was actually my classmate in uni, and she is now graduated. She now works and does DJing for several major events across the UAE. So thank you so much for taking time off.
My pleasure.
Then again, you mostly work evenings, so this is kind of like your rest timing.
I'm still trying to wake up right now, but it's all good. Anything for you
Perfect.
guys, you know.
Anything for you, us.
Thank you so much for that. So first thing is, how you doing? I know it's pretty early for the reference.
It's very early, and you guys know I'm a DJ, which means I don't sleep.
Skill issue.
Yeah, it's not like here we got 9 to 5s. Like it's not hard.
It's not that hard.
For us to wake up at 5 a.m. is like another day in the office.
Yeah.
Well, it's a good morning. I think this is the best start to anyone's day, and let's see what we can get into, you know.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'm just an average music consumer. So this is gonna be Coach Farhan with the grilling questions of the day.
What do you mean grilling question?
No
don't
pressure,
know.
no pressure,
No pressure.
no pressure.
I don't know, man. Like this is
Okay.
yeah. Let's
Fair
kick
enough.
things off. Come on, let's do
Kick
this.
things off with the first question. What got you into this whole DJing?
Well, number one would be my passion. And I think music connects people on a very different scale. And I think it brings people together. And if you're going through anything, I think music is the answer. And I thought, why not turn passion into work? And now I work with it on an everyday schedule. So
Enough. But so
Yeah.
how old when you realized this was your passion? Was it like you had like an age or like just came out?
I mean, I was always listening to music, but the passion really kicked in when I was 16. I'm 22 now.
Cramps. Drama.
So, but
Isn't
yeah.
your birthday in a few days, bro?
No one needs to know this. Episode is coming in July.
Yeah, nobody knows when this. By the way, you don't know when this episode's dropping.
But
when it does.
episode 4 should be.
Yeah, but
Bye.
so my passion really came in when I was 16, and I started getting into the works of it all by 18. You know, getting to places, small gigs, private gigs, and then that's where it started building up. So,
Fair enough. So, with that being said, so what kind of or what genre of DJing? Whoopsie, sorry. Is it
By the way, guys, just a reminder, we are joined by Josh, making sure we keep everything on track. So don't
Josh.
forget. Let's clap once again for come on. Josh doesn't get enough credit.
The producers.
That I keep referencing him.
Okay.
Anyway, moving
Alright,
back. You were saying.
moving back. So, what kind of DJ are you? So I'm sure there's like so many genres of DJ. Are you like open to all or like a particular
so
style?
I would consider myself to be open format, but
Okay.
I do specialize in Afrobeats, Amapiano, hip hop, reggae, R&B. A little bit of the Latina music, but
So basically all the exotic ones, more of
Yeah,
it.
literally.
Literally all the
It's
exotic.
literally, she just listed everything exotic.
Everything exotic.
yeah.
It's just me sitting here listening to like
EDM,
and
hard
rap.
techno.
Like, what is-
Well, the plan is to get into that, but for now, I think
What
I
would be a
do
strong,
great.
like a strongest aspect, like a suit? Would it
In
be
terms of
Afro?
genre?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Afrobeats and piano, I would say.
Right.
I go crazy with it, bro.
Literally, at 3 a.m. she'll blast us, and I was like, "Yo, I think you need to bring back the commercial stuff."
No. I'm not gonna deny that like Bree is also amazing because like I've had this conversation with you. I don't think I've told you this though. Is that I never listened to like Afrobeats and piano until I listened to like you play music.
Oh my God, I'm shy.
It's facts. What do you want me to say, man?
The glazing is unreal, Tanura. It's-
Guess what? That's what you did during. Listen, sometimes you gotta show respect, okay? Hey, listen. Do you want like listen?
Tanura,
not-
stop cussing. You're on like 4 warnings now.
I haven't
Cussing.
cussed though. What did I say just now?
Oh, okay.
He was praising me.
He was
He was
praising. He was
Yeah,
praising.
praise
Nice.
is good.
But how's the market over here? Like, is it like the most accessible, or is like the best way to monetize yourself, or is it something still in development? How does it go about it
In terms of being in Dubai,
for DJing, in particular?
I guess you mean DJ market in the UAE or the Middle East.
Yeah, more or less. With all the
Well,
nightlife, how does that go?
That's a tricky answer because I think when it comes to being a DJ in Dubai, it's still in the development stage where right now it's more ego than there is skill. So if you don't have the connection, it's pretty hard to tap into the market. But I would say there's a lot more ego than there is skill, and it's definitely hard. It makes things a lot harder for us DJs.
Okay.
But I would say it's all about finding your place, getting to know that one person that might take you to the next level. So
That's
yeah,
interesting. Like I wasn't expecting like ego to be like one of the biggest factors right now.
it really is. I mean, if you don't really know or have the right connections, getting in there, you're gonna be judged a lot. And it's the music industry. It's growing. Everyone's trying to be a part of it in a way. So yeah.
And I guess people, I mean, you probably know this answer, this perspective better than either of us. Is that like, I guess people don't realize like it doesn't matter whether you're an artist making your own music, if you're a DJ, if you're a remixer, you get judged regardless because music is music. Performance
Exactly.
is performance.
Exactly. And I won't lie if I'm saying I've never judged another DJ. I mean, you go to the club and, okay, what are you playing? What's the next transition?
I mean, again, that's how the artist's life is. Like, if
Yeah.
you put yourself out there, you need to be open to
Exactly.
criticism and reviews and whatever. Which loads of people are quite snowflakes over here,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Yeah, but then again, there's a lot more ego, as I said, compared.
Makes sense.
Then compared to like what you'd imagine on a regular basis.
Yeah.
So you need to know the right people. You need to engage with the right people, I would say, and then I think you can take your step up from there.
Then I guess something I want to ask is, if you haven't addressed it yet, is as someone that, let's say, with the way you're coming at it, as someone that tries to stay out of like, let's say, the ego aspect of it, how do you differentiate yourself with like trying to compete with all these guys?
Keep doing what you're doing, like you never back down.
She's quoting on all the movie names. I'll bleep that, don't worry.
Listen, if it was never give up, we will keep that because we are all John Cena stands over
Oh
here.
my god.
Yeah, so I would say you just gotta keep doing what you do and don't let what other people say stop you in any way. And you just gotta keep stepping, keep getting better. If you thought you did amazing yesterday, do even better tomorrow. There's always room for improvement. So,
Yeah, and it's more like finding and discovering as well. Now with social media, you can do loads of like content now with DJing, with their sets. So it kind of works out in the end of the day, especially over here. Like you need like, because it's just quite saturated to a certain extent. But if your content's a bit more different, I'm sure you'll be able to like stand out.
I guess saturated mean like for specific styles of DJing, right?
More or less. I mean, everybody's doing the
In a
same
way.
thing. Like everyone was become a DJ, or like, okay, in that DJ world itself, like everyone should have their own style of content, just to promote themselves out there, just to be a bit different from others.
Yeah.
So it's more on a selling aspect, I would say, when you start networking.
Yeah, I mean, competition will always be there. It will always exist, but that's what makes things greater. It pushes you to do your best, to get better than the other person over there. So, yeah, you can always improve.
Yeah, makes sense. I mean, listen, I'll be frank, like, to me, this is all new information to me, because, like, for me, when I think about music industry, right, I just know, like, probably, like, the bare minimum. I'm the definition of a noob. For me, if I like the audio, if I like the track, I will listen to it. Like, you could play Piano, and then the next minute I could be hearing Mozart's 7th Symphony, and I'll be like, this is enlightening.
I wouldn't be surprised that it was one of those.
Yeah.
We've seen you guys have both seen my playlist.
We've seen it.
It will go from the, like, strong techno or EDM to Andy Samberg.
I think if we talk about Tanura's partying,
Tanura's partying is very interesting.
I think we'd have to be censored the entire
Absolutely, the
episode.
whole episode will be cancelled.
I mean, this technically
right
is unfiltered, unscripted university.
Yeah.
Speaking of parties, what's your biggest gig so far? Like, I'm sure you've done loads of events, like, whether if it's like, I don't know, house parties or like events, corporate events. What is your biggest one so far? What do you feel like you had the most crowd?
I would say the biggest would have been Dice Game Entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
That was a really massive party. It went on till 5 a.m. Around 600 people.
Was Tanura there for this?
Yes, he was. Yeah, so it goes crazy. It really goes crazy.
Man.
One time.
One time.
It was a memorable one, so.
Yeah, we'll keep talking about it, even on your wedding day, bro.
That's why you guys are not getting the mic.
No. We'll get the mic.
On the record, I'm not getting married, guys. These
We'll
guys
call
are just
Josh and make sure we'll make a different alias. Just to hijack the whole wedding.
What MDX Unplugged episode on that day.
Who knows?
Starring
season
Tanura.
season 10. No,
Josh, can we put like a red flag on that idea? Anyways, continuing with the
Okay.
Sorry. So that's your biggest gig so far. Why? What made it memorable? Or what do you feel like that was the best so far? I would say.
The reason why I would consider it to be the best is because of the quality of people.
Okay.
People there know how to have fun. You don't really need anything or anyone per se, but the people, they just want to listen to music, they want to dance, they want to have fun, and it's all about having a great time, irrespective of what else might be going on. I think everyone was just there to have an amazing time that night, and I performed, so.
Of course, that's the topping. That's the cherry on the sundae.
Yeah. So.
Makes sense. But what do you prefer mainly? Like, do you prefer like how like this house party stuff since it's quite booming over here, or like normal events, whether if it's like a sporting event or corporate events, or maybe like normal corporate parties? Or what do you really prefer? Like, what do you feel like? Okay, this is where I get like, what do you say? More of crowd control, more or less. Like, who would vibe to your music, that kind of a situation.
Well, me personally, I love to tap into a little bit of everything.
Okay.
You know, I think for me as a growing DJ, I think it's great to do that, tapping into various places. But so far, I would say the one that really tops the list are house parties. It goes crazy. What happens in the house stays in the house, you know?
What an iconic statement that is. Wow, what happens at the house stays now. That I will get back.
Thank you.
Okay, go on.
Yeah, so I would say starting off the list is house parties, and then outdoor. I mean, I did the MDX Relay Night and...
MDX Relay Night, the largest inter-uni track tournament. Come on.
Yeah, and
she has been DJing it for the past 2 years
Since
now.
its inception, right?
No, it's 2 years.
Okay.
Because in the first year, we had a boring DJ and a boring brand. So I'm just gonna leave it
Sorry to whoever that DJ was, but I took your spot.
Yeah, the DJ just played like Desi music. So I was like, no. It just ruined the whole vibe. And I was like, hey, no way.
You're a man.
So, yeah. But it's okay. We got better brands after that from second and third edition. Of course, we got DJ PoweredbyBree.
It was easy. Like last year, not last. Technically, it was this year, but this year's one was definitely my favorite because 11 unis.
11 unis.
We're gonna cook next time. We're gonna make it 15 or 16.
Oh.
We're still in the works. So that's gonna be Even bigger crowd for DJ Bree.
So to all of you that are listening that are from universities that have track teams, make sure to reach out to We Are MDX Sports.
Coach Farhan, whatever.
If you need a DJ, now you know who to
Powered
call.
by Bree, link in the description.
But yeah, you should link that up as well.
Yeah.
To be very frank, I would say their emails if I knew what they were.
What email?
Like to say it out loud, what the email IDs are.
I think Instagram is
Yeah,
quite
Instagram is-
easy to access either ways.
Forget that. I think we're more accessible on there than anything else.
More than anything else. Yeah.
Imagine there might be somebody like spamming your email and you're just on Insta the whole day. Like, yeah, I'm probably not gonna see this for like 4 months.
Yeah.
But yeah, but she's done a great
Yeah.
job in like crowd controlling, even like bigger events. Because again, I think there were like almost 300, 400 people for the relay night itself.
Yeah.
So having to control a crowd, vibing to it is a whole different skill set you need as well as a DJ.
And
Because you could be like a normal DJ, just play some random music and call it a day, but
Like the one from the first edition.
like from the first edition, actually, even the brand is a joke. I don't believe anything the brand stands for either ways. But anyways,
But yeah, I mean, if you heard Coach Farhan yelling at the runners, it was my fault because they were dancing to my beat.
at one point we're like, stop the music, let's start.
Yeah,
the
true, yeah. I would literally see. I remember that day. You were so calm, and then the music goes. He was like,
Like, this is not even that. Just like we had some incompetent volunteers. That's the reason why it kind of made like a bit more difficult for us.
The funniest was when he told me to, press the gunshot,
Oh,
and
all right, yeah.
I pressed play on my track instead.
Crazy.
I remember that. The poor runners were at the
yeah.
400 mark waiting like.
Yeah, I think I was one of the midway of the event or something.
Yeah,
It's
that was
okay, it was a very good event. and
But good event.
Very fun blooper reels can be made.
We'll make it bigger. We'll know.
Yeah,
We'll
for
never
sure,
know. We'll
for
find out.
sure.
We're gonna make something bigger, more events. You never know. But yeah.
Returning on like the topic of like crowd control is something I've always wanted to ask, like any like type of performer is like, obviously you don't get control over the crowds that you're going to meet up with. Like, yeah, if you repeat with a certain brand, then you'll get an idea. So if you've ever worked with a brand repeatedly, then you'll know like, okay, this type of people I can expect to show up. So you know how to work. So let's say you're going to work with a different brand. Like you see their stuff online, but you've never actually witnessed the crowds in person. What's like the first thing as a DJ you would try to like focus on to try and hook them on? Is there going to be like a certain beat? Is there a certain like thing you say? What's that thing you do to hook the audience attention into?
For me, it starts from the music perspective.
Okay.
The kind of music I play, the kind of vibes that I set, and then from there, it's all about the beats. What gets people moving? What gets people's attention? So it takes the right song, the right beat, the right words, and you're set. That's all it takes.
Have you ever had like stints though where you felt like, why are these people dead?
I mean, if parties start early, there's always going to be that little group that's in the corner doing their own thing when I'm out there playing music. But then again, everyone's there to have a good time. So it doesn't really matter.
PM, it's just like everybody will be quiet. And I think around like 12 a.m.
People in Dubai
I guess-
start partying by like 11, 12.
11, 12.
So I guess it's all about not focusing on every single, just focusing on like the overall. As long as the majority is vibing, then it
You
kind of
gotta
works itself.
you gotta set the vibe and then decipher it from there.
Okay.
You have to see where it goes and see what time would be perfect to get that, that crowd control that you're talking about. But
I think that's one of the best assets of her in the sense like she kind of works with the crowd. Okay, if this is the crowd, I'm gonna play with this because there's certain brands or events where they go like, okay, we'll have the same DJ, fine. But they don't do anything special with it. Let's say every single week you go, it's the same music, same
The same repeated
it's
pattern.
Same list, same music. I could probably like have a muscle memory of thinking, okay, this music is gonna play, this music is gonna play, this music is gonna play. Even if to a point in transitioning, since I edit a lot, even the transition, I was like, there's no creativity. Okay, you can have like a set design, okay, for this XYZ, but you need to like change it up according to the crowd. It's just like they're non-receptive to the crowd as it is. But I think for DJ Bree, I think she kind of like works around with that a lot.
Oh, so there is a lot of a human component that comes to this.
A lot actually. Like if
wow.
most successful DJs over there, they listen to the crowd. Okay, what does the crowd want? What the crowd would vibe to, and to have like a proper flow to it as well. So
yeah, then again, you gotta, like I said, you gotta decipher what the mood is, and then go on from
It's
there.
tricky. I would say it's more of a trial and error method, more or
Yeah.
less.
It's definitely trial and
If you
error.
don't succeed, try again, and clearly it's worked out.
Exactly.
More or less,
And at the end of the day, you're there to have a good time. You're there to make other people have a good time. So that's what matters, as long as they have an amazing
All I'm
time.
gonna tell you right now, Bree, is I'm expecting a after party after Untold, run by you.
Imagine she performs in Untold.
Oh,
That would
you know what?
You know what? We need to post this.
This could be something we could pull off.
I don't know.
Untold, if you're hearing this, you know where to contact me. So
We're gonna clip that up.
Oh, we're putting that
On
clip.
tag
Yeah,
Untold.
we're tagging all the tags, hashtags, shares. We are pushing this right now.
Push it in a green room, boiler room. Let's get it. We could do that.
Dude, this could work.
Speaking of
Yeah.
green room, boiler room. So, do you have any like favorite DJs which you kind of look up to, or just like, you know what? I'm just vibing.
see, I've been doing this for a while now, and there are a lot of people who are amazing DJs, phenomenal DJs. Me, I like to take a little bit from everyone, because everyone they grow to keep doing better, and I could say the same about myself. So me, I wouldn't say, okay, this is my favorite DJ. I take a little bit from everyone. So, because everyone's striving to be better. And if you can take something from someone who's just learning to someone who's been there for 10 years, why not, you know? The industry is changing constantly, so you gotta adapt.
Bree
And-
couldn't have chosen a more diplomatic answer right now.
most philosophical
This is
answer
like
we got in this whole
this is the
episode.
safest option of all time, man.
Yeah.
Come
Okay,
on.
okay, but what would be the one artist,
Yeah,
one
there has
famous
to be
artist?
someone.
There's so many. There's Sarah Landre, DJ Snake. There's so many of them. So
If
what?
you want to go like old school, you can even go like Tiesto.
Anyone like?
Well, I did attend Tiesto's show like 3 times, and I loved
There's
it.
the answer.
Let me guess, between 2021 and 2022, we need a Coca-Cola Arena and Expo, right?
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
So there you go. Tiesto is the answer.
Tiesto, but yeah, I mean, David Guetta, of course.
Absolutely, one of the best.
So
I'm just saying it. Skrillex has to come to the. I need Skrillex. Ooh.
Skrillex is our kid. Like when we were like 10
Yeah.
or 11.
Hearing
Yeah.
Bangarang,
Oh,
Bangarang, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Or if we hear that here, that will cause an earthquake.
starring Thanura.
starring Thanura. Yeah. I mean, we've been to DJ Snake once. That was
Yeah.
I
insane.
nearly missed that. Me, I nearly
You're
missed
welcome.
DJ Snake.
You're welcome, Tanura. Speaking of which, so there's this new trend coming along.
Oh no.
Over here. What do you mean? Oh no, you don't even know what the question is. So there's this
I'm
big.
oblivious to trends, so let's hear this.
Not run clubs. That's just overrated at this point. Me being a runner, that it is. But there is a component now called coffee rave. Have you heard about it? Have you heard about coffee? I'm sure you.
Of
I've
course.
heard of
course I
coffee,
have.
I've heard of rave. Those two should not work together. Please explain.
Okay, so basically, around the world, coffee rave is like popped off. It looks amazing. Like it looks great. People are having fun. Great. It looks absolutely
Just
great.
confirming, it's just a rave with coffee, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. And so instead of drinks, it's just coffee. That's more or less
Who wants
it.
to rave? Okay, I probably shouldn't be asking this on this forum, but like, who wants to rave while drinking coffee at 2 a.m.? Like,
Not 2 a.m., buddy. This is in the afternoon and the morning, by the way. Yeah, you have it like at around 8 a.m. or maybe like after like,
8.
what?
8 a.m.
It's
yeah.
crazy.
What is this? The Breakfast Club?
No. That's how it goes, by. So
That
basi-
exists, by the way.
That also
know.
exists. So there are variations of coffee rave. So one good example is Run Club. You do a Run Club and you have like a whole coffee rave over there. That just happened like 2 weeks ago. Then another one is just like normal coffee raves during evening time, like 4 p.m. till 6 p.m. Like a 3-hour like a thing with a DJ and people just drinking coffee. It's like you pay like set a price like around 50, 80 dirhams, and then yeah, you just there. You get like, I'm assuming unlimited coffee. I'm not so sure how it goes by.
It's just different types of coffee.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
have whatever
pretty
coffee
much.
you like. So it's basically the thing is, instead of drinks, it's coffee. That's literally the difference. Plus,
Do they have like food at least?
yeah, you can buy food.
a
like,
cafe.
Yeah, it's a cafe. So, these things happen in any cafes, like any of the big cafes.
I'm sorry, but this is really messing with my mind because you don't assume a rave with like as an after. Okay, if you go to like a music festival like Tomorrowland or something, yes, you would assume a combination like that. But coffee rave, like Who has time in the mornings for that?
And is it really a rave at that time of day?
Isn't the concept of rave like till like the late, like early morning?
So here's
time?
the funny part. When I've seen like clips of a UK, US, it's a proper rave. When you see it over here, it's the most corniest thing I've seen ever. Like it's so dead.
Straight out there, point and blank.
Like it's very
Fair.
corny. Like it's very corny. It's so socially awkward. It feels like
It doesn't sound like a. No, I'll just say it doesn't sound like a concept that would work here.
that's what
I'm
feel.
saying
That's a
it
very
right now.
good point. The reason being is that Dubai is all about nightlife and its brunches.
Yeah.
So now coffee raves are kind of competing with that. I get a brunch. DJs are always at
Brunch is a
brunches.
big
Yeah.
thing in-
It's massive in Dubai. It's constantly growing. Everyone wants to go to a brunch. Okay, everyone I know. Me too, you know.
Yeah.
But then
The whole wall of crying right there. 250 dirham just splurged in.
Yeah,
call it a
exactly.
brunch.
The only brunch I do is in Mall of the Emirates food court.
Oh,
Thank you very
God,
much.
Please.
okay, so then when it comes to the DJ perspective, I mean, we're there to make everyone have a good time, as I've mentioned before. But the concept of coffee and raving in Dubai, those two don't go well. I mean, from what I've seen, Fred's coffee party has been doing great. Okay.
Yeah, mhm.
It seems to be. But there are other brands trying to push themselves in and try to force it out there, which is very clear that they're trying to do that.
Okay.
But
It's like kind of shoving it down your throat, no matter.
yeah. And those two
Fair enough.
generally don't gel well together over here in Dubai. And like I said, it all depends on the quality of people as well.
Could I ask then to both of you, because you guys clearly know a lot more about this than me, is like in a more well, okay, more Bree than me, and I guess we're entering
Leave me
our
hanging, come
we're
on.
entering our business/econ side now, so we're bringing our
okay.
degree sides into this.
Oh my god. Okay.
Do you think it's also because here right now, UAE, it's like the market and everything is not developed to that stage? Because like if you go to like, let's say like in Europe and stuff, the idea of raving and coffee, it's all been there. It had time to like gel and mesh together. Like here, it just feels rushed.
Yep.
Yeah, again, it's more of raving culture's not here. Like I don't understand why people do. Oh, there is raves. There's no raves. Like people don't understand what rave exactly means.
There's a raves, but they are not from Amazon. They're from Temu.
More or less, in the best way to describe it. Yeah, that's the thing. So
And they use the discount code also.
it's more of like people have so many misconceptions. Okay, what is a rave? What is techno? Like, even just great example being techno. Loads of people like, oh, the techno over here is great. No, that's not techno. That's just soft version of house music. That's not techno.
You want to experience
like,
techno? Go.
Europe, like literally, Europe has the.
You know this better than
I've
anyone. You
experienced it
literally
over there. There's loads of people like the techno over here is no, it's not. Like that's not really techno. That's like one version of it,
Yeah.
a subversion. But that's the thing. Same thing with coffee raves as well. I feel like it has potential, but it's not. It's very forced down. It feels very
It
corny.
feels forced, and I feel like it's a little too rushed.
a little
in a
too
sense.
rushed. Yeah.
Bless you, Josh.
And
So maybe like in a year or two, we'll see how it picks up. Again, depends on the crowd as well.
it's all about the quality of people over quantity, I would say. It all depends on the quality of people, people who are there with the right intentions to have a good time. You
more or
know,
less.
so
Because I think not just with the topic of coffee raves, with a lot of things that is entertainment based here in the UAE, it takes a good time to incubate and actually become like strong. Like
Yeah.
the scene that we have now with EDM, with DJs, 15 years ago, it was a taboo to have it here. Now look, you have one of the
All the
biggest
festivals.
you have an international festival as a franchise here. Like who would have assumed that to happen?
And now it's a big thing over there.
Yeah.
But yeah. So do you see yourself, if you get a gig, would you say yes to it? Like for coffee day? Now let's
Yeah.
just say like you would have like not the greatest crowd, but would you take this as a challenge, or would it be something like, yeah, you know what, house party for life?
Would you take this as like your
Knowing
main
the fact
event?
you're gonna have a challenge of like, okay, drawing the people in, that's number one, and on top of that, you do not know what crowd you're jumping onto. So would this be like a task, or would it be something you'd be open to like doing it?
for sure, I take it.
You heard it here, lads and
You heard it
misses.
here, lads.
We-
We'll tag
Next
all
coffee
of them.
rave, all Instagram accounts will be advertising DJ Power. Oh, I would nearly mess.
What?
No, please.
Yeah, no, I would definitely take it. Like I said, it's all about growing, and if it's not a good show, you still showed up, and I think that's what counts. From a DJ point of view.
Yeah.
So yeah, I take it in a heartbeat.
But what if they say no to Afro and piano?
Okay, look, man, don't make me cry.
I'm saying because all these raves.
Bree's immediately. No, Bree was immediately like, listen, you are crossing a line here. This is a line you do not break.
Raves I've seen is just mainly more of like house music. The ones I really don't like, honestly.
No. DJ Bree will be the one to bring it in.
Exactly.
And then
Unique.
she's gonna stop doing it.
There you go. There's your free marketing over
Exactly.
there.
Be unique, be
unique.
yourself.
She's gonna do it, people are gonna like it, then she's gonna get called up by the organizer being like, why didn't you play house music? Like every single damn organizer in the UAE. That's how it works. You don't listen to the rules and then they get angry at you.
As long as everyone has a good time, then I'll know I did great, So,
And you're taking a paycheck on the round as well.
exactly.
Fair enough. Makes sense. So that's coffee raves. We'll see where it goes.
I don't think I'll ever.
There was a
Juice raves. Now that is an interesting concept.
there was chai raves by
Oh,
the way.
no.
So that was
No.
a very
See,
listen.
that was the most hilarious thing I saw on
Listen,
social
the
media.
fact that chai has already gone from 1 dirham to 2 dirham is bad enough. I don't need to go to a chai rave and ruin it even more.
It cost like 50 dirhams or something if I'm not mistaken.
for chai,
For chai.
Not chai, the whole entry fee more like. But yeah, I think you get tea with it if I'm not mistaken. But,
Listen, if I spend 50 dirhams, I better be getting a chai with a dollop of cream. I got some saffron in there, I
no,
need
but I
some
think
flavor.
you get snacks and all of that stuff. Everything's included. It's like, I'm assuming it's like an unlimited flow of like chai,
well,
I'm assuming.
I hope at least that.
Exactly.
Imagine pay $50, but
For 50
For a
dirhams, I can get
samosa.
no. I saw so many
Kukal
out.
Shea making the next
Oh.
first ever chai rave.
Hey,
It's
don't
like
don't hate on Kukal Shea, okay?
Kukal Shea's a
Imagine,
OG.
I'll be frank, if anyone can pull off a chai rave, it's Kukal Shea.
Yeah,
But they didn't. So
exactly.
They understand.
it's a business opportunity
No,
though.
because
So
they understand the market.
we're dropping in ideas.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a very interesting thing I saw over the reels over the weekend. It was
It's the perfect example of something being forced.
It was very forced. I felt like it was very forced. Everyone was very awkward, and it was just like DJ is fine. I feel like he did what he could
Yeah.
with the crowd he had. It was no problem about that. I just felt like the whole concept is like, this is the most corny looking thing I've seen in a while. Like
See, I mean,
it's like how Disney, kind of forces things. That's how it felt.
exactly. So it's like, the coffee raves are still growing. Okay, they are very, very new. But then chai rave, coffee rave, chai rave. So
Coffee rave, we understand. Chai is what you literally get on their way to work. You see the cafeteria.
like you can see the work in progress when it
Yeah.
comes to a coffee rave.
It's still in its development stage, but I feel like there's loads more work
lot
to be
more, a lot
loads more
more.
work to be done.
I guess then if I may ask, like for me, clearly, like I think clearly we can all agree right now the acceptance here is stop the force, focus on development.
I guess.
For sure.
So I guess a question I have for you is, let's say in the next, like you mentioned, like if you get a gig, for example, let's say in the next 5 to 10 years, with the way music, EDM, techno, everything is going, and even for you, like you, if you don't mind me saying, as much as you're getting the gigs right now, you're still one of the bigger, newer names on the market. Mm-hmm. Where do you see your projection in the next 5 to 10 years? Because you must be having something that you're eyeing right now.
Well, definitely going international is on the top of my list, and I want to take my essence and show the world, So
Just remember, we both have the waitlist rights to every VIP pass extra
fine,
you get.
fine.
I'll be a personal content creator because that's what I like offered.
Yeah.
I'll be offering my friends at this point, whoever has
Sure.
potential.
I'm a public speaker. Do with that as you will.
MC?
MCing, you never know.
No.
No, I mean you could MC. You could be that. You could be like the DJ, the MC. You could be that one MC just yapping something. No. I mean.
The Nura won't stop yapping. That's the problem.
Yeah. No. I'll be the hype. I'll be the hype man. I'll be the one in the crowd telling everyone, guys, look, watch, come on, you gotta witness this.
No.
Yeah.
I'll be a personal content creator and just make all this cool.
PR manager.
Skr. I think it's high time she does that.
Yeah, so, but yeah, definitely going international would be on the top of my list, and completing as many places as I can over the next couple years, and then once that happens, I'll know I would have made it.
What's your dream destination to DJ?
That's a very tricky question.
Okay, now don't say Europe, but say
No,
specific-
we need a
every
country. We need a
Yeah,
country.
It could be anywhere in Asia.
Or if you want, even what's like the biggest festival you want to do?
If I'm in any of these major festivals, it'll be a dream come true.
Nah.
Tomorrowland, Untold.
There has to be one festival you're eyeing.
Yeah, the idea Untold one, for sure.
You know what's the festival?
Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland for me,
Okay.
for sure.
You know what's a stage I feel like everyone will lose their minds over hearing the way she plays? Ultra in Miami. Miami Ultra would be. I can
very
just see
true.
the crowd going
I
nuts
think
there.
Ultra came a few years ago, but I think it got cancelled because of COVID, if I'm not mistaken. It was a big lineup.
Yeah, I haven't seen them
was a
for a
fun
while.
Yeah, no, they cancelled because of COVID. I'm not so sure what exactly is going on over
Yeah.
there, but makes sense.
But yeah.
Fair
sure.
enough.
And one place I really, really want to get a feel of, I would say, is Bali. I don't know if you guys.
Bali in
Yeah.
Indonesia. Okay.
Yeah.
I
So.
think they're high on, not
Really?
They're quite big on Afro and Amapiano.
Yeah.
Really?
That's definitely
So
a
I
place.
I was
would
not expecting that
really.
answer, but yo, Bali would be a sick.
Yeah, I
Plus,
would-
it's cheap.
Just thinking of going for summer this year, but just
Take
do-
me. I'll DJ. wherever
We're
you
gonna do market research and come back.
Benefits of visa-free entry.
Visa free entry, literally.
Yo,
Yeah,
you
no,
guys get it. I
so-
don't think I get it. I
It's
don't know.
a skill
Hell.
issue, buddy.
Yeah, I'm Sri Lankan. We get accepted for any visa this time. It's fine.
More or less.
Yeah, no. So I would, as much as you don't really hear that answer, I feel like I would really fit in to the crowd over there in terms of how the music industry goes, the kind of people that like to party. Everyone there just seems like they would just want to have a good time, and you know me, I love my good
I mean,
time.
to be frank, now that I think about it from an open perspective, Bali like makes a lot of sense. It's first of all, it's already a massive tourist destination, so you got a bunch of places. If not festivals, you got clubs,
Exactly.
you got bars, you got hotels, you got everything like that. You get crowds, international crowds, easily 100 plus.
Irrespective of
nationalities.
where you are in Bali,
Yeah.
I think everyone's able to pull a crowd.
Exactly.
For sure.
And the best part is when it's 5 a.m., you just go for some street food, nasi goreng.
Exactly. And I'm a
Okay,
foodie, by the
nasi
way.
goreng.
I swear.
Food for life.
I live for food.
I haven't eaten
What's
yet, so.
what's the one food you would eat before and after you do a concert, or like not a concert, like a DJ set? What's your like go-to thing just to keep your blood pumping?
Dino chicken nuggets.
Dark chocolate.
Okay,
Okay.
that's was before, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
What about after? Once the whole night is done, like
Bro,
around 4
when
a.m.
I'm
5 a.m.
done, my brain stops working. Okay, I need chicken.
Chicken, like literally, like when,
So I was technically on track at some point with the Dino nuggies.
Yeah.
more or less.
Yeah.
Really, I've worked with her,
Nuggets.
Like, for
Oh my god, they slap when I'm in that phase.
I mean, to be frank, you are hardcore DJing for 4+ hours. The most you're having is like water, and like you're having solid food.
Yeah.
And the only thing you want is something warm, comforting, something that reminds you of like blissfulness.
I think, yeah.
For sure, because it's like my brain just switches off. You can't talk to me after I'm done DJing. It's that bad.
I think at that
So-
point, like literally, I think when we work together, we don't even care about water, nothing. It's just like, okay, McDonald's, KFC, what's the right
That's
thing?
literally. I'll be frank. I think that's with anything that you put your heart and soul to. Like, for example,
Literally.
if outside DJing, one of your other passions is football. I'm pretty sure after like a long game, you just need food.
It got to the point our coaches were ordering us pizza.
Which coach are we talking about?
Hey man, what was this when we went to compete?
What do you mean? You guys got like a team dinner the
that
other
was a
few
joke.
months ago.
No, then again, I like how I'm the one pressing you, but I disappear for 3 months and I come back during the dinner period.
Yeah, please, you've done some high school century kind of thing.
Hey, call me Seth Rollins.
I will not be naming names. I love my football coach.
Fair enough. Fine.
I don't have to name names. It's in the bio.
It's in the-
it's in the show bio.
It's okay, coach.
Oh,
Just
Sorry.
breathe.
Bree, DJ Bree. Final question. Will you come back for Relay Night 4?
I don't think that's a question. You know I'll be there.
You hear that? First thing confirmed, DJ Bree's lighting up.
No offense, I like how you asked the most guaranteed answer ever.
I swear, like
I mean,
you
hey,
know
you
I'm
never
gonna
know,
be
guys.
there.
People are like, oh, I'm too big for this, Boo,
Hell
bye.
nah. I mean, you yourself, you're growing. Like when it comes to the sports teams, it's constantly growing. Like you said, this time is gonna be even bigger and better.
Like the
So-
only thing now, like DJ Bree, like she's gonna come back. The only thing she has to remember is like, oh, it's a bigger event. Okay, I need a higher paycheck.
Yes, for sure.
But no, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. No.
Word.
Yeah,
We pay for our employees.
exactly.
Well, that's something like that. I don't know. It was an inside joke we both had. It was like, whatever.
It's fine.
Anyways, I think that's more or less it. Or
I believe so. So, sorry,
it's okay.
it's allergies. But yeah, I believe unless you have anything else that you want to talk, if you have anything else you want to say,
What is one advice you would give all the upcoming aspiring DJs? What would that be?
Well, I would say just to keep stepping. You know, don't let anyone or anything bring you down. Just keep it moving, keep growing, do what's best for you, and you will grow for sure. Yeah.
That's a solid one.
it's very solid. Yeah. And yeah, I guess with that being said, Bree, once again, thank you so much for coming
Thank
on.
you for having me.
Episode 4 or 5.
Five.
No, we'll still think around it. No.
We're saying episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but then the orders are just gonna be different.
Quality content, guys. Let's
But
get it.
yeah, so of course, make sure to check out Bree's DJing page. We're gonna leave everything, all of her details in the description. I mean, hey, are you open to hiring for events as well?
Hell yeah.
So make sure to reach out to her on her social media pages. Of course, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and
We're on Spotify.
yes, the biggest announcement is Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We're on Amazon Podcasts as well, Josh. Basically, Josh went online and searched up audio sharing like websites and stuff, and he signed us up for everything.
I'm gonna make a bold disclaimer, but
Yeah.
MDX Unplugged at one point will be the #1 podcast in all the universities over here.
That is being clipped and the pinned.
We will pin that, we will clip that, you know what? And if it doesn't work, everyone can clown on me. So let's get it.
I'm telling you, if we create it, it's Dax moment right now.
It's Dax.
But yeah, so we're gonna be putting up a link on this video and on our YouTube page and all our social pages where you can go on there. You can go to any audio podcasting sharing website that you're already subscribed to. Feel free to listen to us, drop a rating. Fun fact: Josh signed us up for Amazon Podcast, and the app is not even available in the UAE. But we were able to get it uploaded to everywhere else around the world. So if you know people outside the UAE as well, send it to them. Make sure that they have a listen to it as well.
So we're growing, I think.
Exactly.
Hopefully.
That's the
we
way to
definitely
go.
are.
That's the way to go.
So yeah, thank you so much for joining us for this episode of MDX Unplugged, Unfiltered, Unscripted University Life. Thank you and have a great day ahead.
Wow, that's a good one.
That was nice. That was chill.